Hello everyone, and thank you very much for tuning in. I, of course, am Rotype. Welcome back to Summer Mist Plains, our city's Skylines series, where I think today I want to work on this little suburby town, we're calling it, I guess. I don't know exactly what to call it, but this town over here, which I'm going to rename not Valley Heights, because there's not really any heights or valleys near here. We're going to call it Roanoke. Is that how you spell it? Hopefully that's how you spell it. That's how I'm spelling it. We're going to name this little town Roanoke, and we're going to work on trying to make this just a little a little town outside of this is not a huge town, but there's kind of like we got big commercial stuff going on here. You know, this town, obviously the main city will be off somewhere else, but this is like pretty far away from any kind of highway access, just out a little ways. A nice little calm town. I imagine if you had a bunch of money and wanted to move out away from the city, you would come live out here. Now, we got a couple crime issues. I mean, we have police stations elsewhere, but every little town has probably a little police station. We'll go ahead and drop that off on the other side of the church. Sure, let's drop it off there. We'll move this guy. I want to move the police station, not the power lines. There we go. Kind of tuck him in like that, and then give him some path. Don't want snapping. Let's turn all this snapping off. Thank you. Just to kind of make this, like the back parking lot, look like it's actually accessible. It does kind of bother me a little bit when, ooh, I need nodes. When you have these nice assets with like cars in the back and then you can't actually get to the back with a car because the asset ends on the side. So there we go. Now we have like a, kind of back area. And then we'll fill in all this with trees later. One thing I do want to do actually is go turn on my info view. Let's go ahead and pause for this because I want to bulldoze this power line that's a little bit inappropriate. This is all connected as well, so we can now bulldoze this power line. And we'll get this done a little more simply. I don't think I'm going to put anything on this side of the road at the very least until we get some kind of park going. So for now, that's our power. Okay, now we can resume. And where we want Bradley Street to go, I think we want Bradley Street to simply, let's see, I do want some of these snaps, so I don't know, maybe just kind of come out like this. And perhaps eventually it connects back up with, sorry, what is the street? The street is not named. They only show up when you're not in the road mode. Dale Street. All right, so we'll take Dale Street out. And I don't know, on a grand sense, I have no idea where I want Dale Street to go. So for now, Dale Street's just gonna kind of go like that. And we'll grab Bradley Street and it'll connect in like that. And we'll just have like a little lakeside neighborhood area that we're working on here. Basically the same thing we already have, just continuing. So from here, maybe this comes in like this. It has another side street that, sure, what does this neighborhood look like? Maybe this way. It has a street that goes out like this, and then maybe some pipe stems. Kind of looks like that. And these usually aren't that long, so maybe about like that. Go back to the main street here. It's about time for another connection to the main road. This one can go into the main road. No, I don't think I want it to connect to that road. I think I'm just gonna bring this down like this. Maybe, yeah, I'm okay with that being open for so long. And you know, actually, I'm gonna bulldoze this, and this is gonna be like a park. I'll hopefully get some parks in there, or even just like trees and a path. So this is our neighborhood of Roanoke. We're gonna extend the zoning so the rules get applied. And then we'll go to, get my paintbrush, is actually probably the best tool for this. We'll just kind of paint in this neighborhood of Roanoke. We'll have to give it a school, and let's see, it already has a police station, but maybe a small fire station or something. Not that close. Probably use the bucket for this, kind of fill in the rest of these guys. And actually, I'm going to unzone this piece and probably that piece as well. Yeah, you don't have water. That's fine. I'll get to you in a minute. And actually, I'm going to, do I want to dezone? Yeah, I'm going to do that as well here. I'm going to say no zoning there. And these can be rebuilt in the new zoning structure. Okay, let's take a look at the water situation. Just need another line out like this. And that'll do. Okay, so let's see what the actual town needs kind of in here. Probably a couple shops. So let's look at our theme. Roanoke theme has American Eclectic, so that's all the residential stuff. And I want small shops. And I might not even do that. I might stick to some Rico stuff. Let's just see what things look like here. These are even a little bit more, maybe a gas station, kind of right on the corner. But these are a bit, oh, I don't know, like blatantly commercial for this kind of town. This seems like the kind of town that won't really have any, maybe a Starbucks and a gas station, but everything else is pretty much a local shop. So we'll have to see what we can get to pass for local shops. I don't want to do that while I'm here. There we go. All right, let's go back into Rico here. What else do we have here? A lot of big commercially type things. And some shacks that count as shops. Storage, yeah, so it looks like a lot of this is kind of bigger stores. So hopefully some of our growables will look a little better. Let's put a couple of these in, and actually I'm going to go ahead and drop a parking lot. Let's see, probably 2x4, maybe a 4x4 actually, and this will be kind of like main town parking. Do I not have a 4x4? I feel like I should, but maybe it's just the 5x4. Let's go there. And I'll tuck this in here to just say like, this is kind of town parking. Then what we can do is just give this a little extra to make it all kind of seem normal. And actually I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to do this with a path so I can get it kind of at least somewhat straight. Close that and turn snapping off. And we'll just go from like here to here. And actually from here to here, I'll just run a dirt path. Say if you're in the neighborhood, you can actually get a little cut through. So here we go. Now we've got a nice little town. It's got a church, it's got a gas station, it's got a few shops that are opening up here, but not too many. I don't want to do one here, but maybe there. And yeah, I mean, I don't really want to do too much. This is a very kind of low density town. How are these coming in? They all have their construction sites. All right, so let's see if I can make a park over here. Let's get our, maybe a median road because it's going to a park. Basic road with grass median. Bicycle lanes, trees. Probably just a grass median is fine. Where'd it go? Here it is. And sure, let's start, I don't know, there. And we'll just run this to there. And this can be, yeah, that's not bad. So this could be a park. We'll peruse our parks. This is the wrong menu for that though. There we go. I've always been a little disappointed in the park options. Even with all these custom things, they're actually mostly not parks. Let's see if I can get a really big one. Nope. Is this the biggest one I have? Is this one any bigger? Sort of. There we go. There's the big one. So we'll get this as just kind of a, I don't know, it is kind of weird, I guess, but it's something. We'll go ahead and add some pathing to it. Just kind of add, although there's a bench there, so maybe from here we add some pathing. And this is just like a nice little meandering path park thing. I don't know, good enough. This will dump off there, that's fine. You can kind of come in from the corner. No, more like Is this tree gonna go away? Probably not. Okay. Will you let me move this? Apparently not. All right, we'll just try again. Go from here, you gotta kind of go around the tree. There. That's fine. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll fill the rest with trees. And actually, maybe, let's see if this works at all. Take the strength way, way down. Make my brush size like this. Let's see if we can get a little pond or something here. Just make things a little interesting. Let's go like this. What are these streets gonna let me do? How about that? Now if we add water, this is always dangerous. I only want a little tiny bit of water. Can I make this even smaller? Okay, here goes. I'm gonna pause, place it, lower it all the way down to there, and resume. See what happens. Yeah, okay. You gonna stay? Or are you gonna flood everything? Hopefully it should stay. So now I have a nice little pond and a park and everybody's happy. Let's add some PPGs to it because it's lame with no people here. No, it's too far away and it's not gonna let me bulldoze. I'll have to get that in a minute. We'll just add some PPGs all over this guy. Like there. Okay, secret I think to getting rid of these. I just want buildings. There we go. Now if I move it, oops, you gotta grab it and then you have to make sure you highlight it again, which is sometimes hard, or just use the arrow keys. Nope, not gonna like it. All right, that's fine. So we have our little park. Let's go ahead and add trees. It just kind of looks a little barren at the moment. So what kind of trees do we want? Some of these guys, I'll give it, there, that brush is fine. Just kind of drop some of these in. Doesn't want to go in the park, but that's fine. I can do that later. And some of these. Fortunately, this brush is not behaving super nicely, but it's no problem. All right, yep, done with the brush. We'll just go in and do this kind of manually. A couple of these trees around. It's a pretty thick forest, but I think with no people here, and this is kind of the whole point of this area is this green park space. There'd probably be a fair amount of trees. So let's grab some smaller ones maybe. What is this guy? Black pine? No, I want that. Oh, that one will work. Conifer. A slightly different shape and shade of green. Can't really tell in the dark, but. And especially I think over here this is going to be a busier road. Probably have a few more of those trees. Yeah, there we go. So now you have a nice little kind of green escape from Roanoke, which is already a little bit of an escape from the other part of town, but just kind of take a look here and see what else this town needs. Probably just something to fill in this area, this kind of empty space. Which, as I said before, I think I might just make it, well, we need something to cross the electricity. So maybe we just put in, I don't know, a little electrical station. Yeah, how about that? We do a little utility station. Maybe I move the water over here. I got an idea. So, whoops, wrong button. We'll take, let's see, what kind of road do we want? Probably damaged road is fine. And I think it will come off this. Let's see how this looks. It looks fine, but I don't want, let's see, from here, I want to turn off, adjust roads. Dale. There we go, toggle traffic lights. That's what I want traffic lights there. I want this to have a stop sign. So this is just going to be like a utility road, so you shouldn't need, a big old traffic light or anything. I'm going to bulldoze this tree and this tree and this tree to get them off. And unfortunately it's raining, but it's about to be morning, so we can get a better look at what's going on here in a second. And this land is being a little lumpy, but I think we can deal with it. So let's turn snapping back on. And this just kind of sneaks out this way. And you know what? We don't even have to move the water pump. We can just leave it there. And we'll add some utilities to that. So let's see, what do I have that looks like utilities? Whoops, again, that's the wrong button. Okay, so I have, that's too much. I want just like small things. I don't want a power plant with like a stack. I don't want that. Definitely just this little like utility thing will help. Put a couple of these kind of clipped into each other. Make it look like a bigger station. Like that. And this guy maybe even, although it's a little big. Kind of need something in between the two of these. Put this, and I'll clip another one next to it. How about that? Man, that water pump is huge. So let's see, what else do I have? Any of these little pieces can, actually, this might work. They're pieces of a larger power plant that Ronix made, but they actually work fairly well. At least some of them by themselves. Like this guy, I don't know what it's just a building with fans on it. Who knows what that is? Water treatment or power of some kind. Who cares? I got a bunch of pipes. Any of these gonna look useful? They have to be on a road, which is kind of interesting. I could always use move it and take them off a road. Nothing really too exciting there. Maybe some solar on the corners. No, there's gonna be lots of trees in here. All right, let's switch over to, actually, while I'm on electricity, anything else? That's a bridge. And those are more bridges. All right, let's try water. Probably one of these over here would be fine. And one for little, like, buddy. Again, just to make this a complex. Looks like I have a water pipe over there that it's snapping to. So I'll stick it over here. And then I don't want anything this big. Yeah, this is too big. Although, is it? Yeah, I want, this complex is already actually probably about as big as I want it to be. So unless there's anything else that really stands out. Water tower? No. These are, yeah, more industrial type pipes. Okay, that looks fine. I'll go in here and with pipes, connect these guys up, you and you. It looks like that was enough to turn the water green. That's kind of weird. I don't know what that's all about. It's apparently a fungal bloom going on right now, but that was enough to connect the power, which is great. That's what I was looking for. Uh-oh. We have no sewage. And we have some dead people. Okay. Let's take care of these, and while we do that, let's actually turn the weather back off. There we go. Okay. Sewage is a water problem. Looks like we've been adding plenty of water capacity, but very little in the way of sewage capacity. Now, what do I want to do about that? I can keep kind of polluting this lake, which may or may not be why these guys are all getting sick. Or I could try to find one of these buildings that has drain capacity. You have pumping capacity, you have drain capacity, and you just kind of look like a building. So maybe I stick one of these in, or perhaps, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take the temporary solution for now. We'll come up with something a little nicer later. That's fine. That'll take care of that. Now, as far as this death wave that we're having, is that possibly related to, holy moly, probably related to sewage backup, I'm going to assume. But it gives us a good reason to look at our healthcare, which is very lacking. Okay, so let's find a doctor's office. We've already used this doctor's office. I don't really like the regular one, but yeah, this one will be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and put you in there. And I actually need to bulldoze the thing that I should have bulldozed before. You two. Yeah. So we get a little clinic in there. Unfortunately, it's pretty... Let's see, radius 40. Yeah, the radius is quite small. So we're going to probably have to put another one in. Let's see, what do we want? I don't really have a ton of options. I have this guy. What are you? A rural clinic. Maybe we stick you out in Roanoke. Roanoke, do you need a doctor's office? How about there? Yeah, doesn't really notice that that's what's going on, but I think that'll work. So, next thing is probably death care, because of course we have a lot of dead people hanging out. Yeah, we do not have crematorium capability. So we're just going to stick one of these in, probably, doesn't need to be on the main road, but like right about there should be fine. That'll cover this side of town and should be fine. I mean, honestly, sometimes I feel like in this game you need to put down a lot more crematoriums than real. So I'm going to plop a couple extras there. That should take care of health and death care for a little while. And yeah, okay, we've got some backup here, but it should be fine. Just for fun, let's go take a look at... All right, so our population changes are still fine. We're not hitting a really serious problem. Now, where were we? We were over here dealing with this little utility corner. I think what I'm going to do, let's see if I can add this up just a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't muck with everything. And give myself another water pump. Just more because it looks better, I think, than having the one. And I want them to be a little more lined up than this, though. Let's see what I can do about this. Okay, you're way too high. Down. And close. Why am I... There we go. Okay, that looks like that's working. And I will connect them like that. Beautiful. Now we need to fill in the trees, because it looks bad without trees. And actually, before I do that, any more of these parks that I think would look nice? You got a playground. What are you? Another kind of picnic area. That'll work. Just because this is kind of now a centralized parking area, we'll go with 4x4 maybe? Yeah, there we go. And we'll move this guy in just a little bit. And I will fill in some paths, as always. So you get to come out. Sure, that looks fine, although not really. Interesting that Move It never seems to want me to grab these paths. Let's go up like this. And then to make up for that, we'll kind of join in here and say, ooh, I know what I'll do. Let's see if this will let me make, will this type of path make a tunnel? Let's just go 7 meters down. Actually, let's see. Tunnel? You gonna let me do it? No, gonna do nothing. Okay. Well then, in that case, let's go to daytime. Let's pause so I can really see what I'm doing here. But what I'm trying to do, I don't know why this is doing that to me. I really would rather that view go away, but I'm going to take you, come out like this, bending off. There we go, like that. And now you switch to paved. You go down 7 meters. Normal. I also want it to be a straight slope. Like that. That did not go down at all. What's your deal, guys? Come on now. Grab me the node and push you. Well, apparently it won't let me make a tunnel path. That's kind of lame. So maybe we... Yeah, it's not as cool with the bridge. So I guess we just leave them separate. That's a shame, but what are you going to do? Let's resume the simulation, and I'll just kind of work on the rest of these guys. 180, you can be kind of a path like this. You're not going to go into the industry or utility area, but you'll go, God, with all these snapping road guidelines maybe? Is that what I'm trying to? Yeah, okay. There we go. And then just because it's here, some minor detailing. Let's just go chain fence. I just want some of this chain link fence stuff going on. It's not doing my linear fence fill. Oh, that was an accident. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to box off this area as kind of restricted use only. You're there for utility work. Get here. And then this kind of can run just up to the water like that is fine. And on this side, we'll go like this. See if I can move the road back a little bit. Yeah, that'll work just fine. And we'll pick up where we left off. Here to here. And I'll bulldoze these guys. As a final touch, let's see what kind of gates we can get. None of those are very exciting. I know I have some better gates, I just don't know what they're called. Let's see if we can find them. No. Okay, probably in this category where everything seems to be dumped. Nope, that wasn't it. I'll know it when I see it. I'm just not sure what it's called. Here we go. Barrier. Okay, let's try that. Barrier. There we go. Okay, so we've got all these guys. That will work for us. There we go. Just like a utility people only allowed in here. Excellent. And now we need to forest it. So let's actually bulldoze that guy because we're going to do it again and we're not going to get it stuck on any of these roads. So to start, we put some interesting, different looking trees in the parks. A couple different types. And the other one was called conifer. Wait for an autosave. There we go. All right, so that looks pretty good. We've got a good mixture, I think. Do want one more pine, this one, because it has a different color green. I'm just gonna stick him in here. Now if I grab move it and say I only want trees, and just grab all these guys and start kind of copy pasting. This will save me some time. Just plop out some of these. Let's grab a different chunk. Sure, you guys. Different chunk. A little bit smaller chunk than I probably should have, but oh well. There we go. Grab you. We're almost done with this kind of foresty nook. And I'm okay with this being kind of the edge of town too. So there we go. Let's close this. Oops. And frankly, I want to go back to daytime. So here, yeah, you see this nice little, let's move some of these guys out here, give them a twist. Make this look a little bit nicer, but we're pretty much there. I mean, oops. You leave the town of Roanoke, and you pretty quickly enter into, you guys, this little park area. And if you go off this way, you're into the subdivisions. But over here, you just have this parkland. I think it's coming along nicely. I want to do one more thing before we call this an episode. Just kind of forest out this area as well. Right along the river, just have a few more guys here hanging out. Let's grab you. There. Whoops. How about that? Nice little park on the outside of town. So with that, I think I'm going to call this an episode for today. As always, thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my name's been Roadtype, and I'll see you next time.